The moon is a fascinating celestial body that has accompanied us since the dawn of humanity. It is our closest neighbor in space, and the only one we can see with the naked eye in all its glory. It is the inspiration of poets, musicians, artists, scientists, dreamers, and lovers. It is the muse of legends, myths, rituals, and religions. It is the source of light in the dark night, and the guide of sailors and travelers. But have you noticed that the moon seems to be getting farther away from us? It is not an optical illusion, nor a conspiracy. It is a scientific fact. The moon is moving away from Earth at a speed of about 3.8 centimeters per year. This means that every year that passes, the moon gets a little smaller in the sky, and its orbit gets a little bigger. But why? And what will be the consequences for our planet? My name is Unveiling, and today I will guide you on this fantastic cosmic journey. To understand this phenomenon, we need to go back in time 4.5 billion years ago, when the Earth was a young and hot planet, and the moon did not exist yet. At that time, a huge object the size of Mars called Theia collided with the Earth in a colossal impact. This impact threw a huge amount of material into space, which spread in a disk around the Earth. This material was composed of pieces of rock, metal, and magma, which were clumping together by the force of gravity until they formed a spherical body, the moon. The newly formed moon was very different from the moon we know today. It was much larger, much brighter, and much closer to Earth. It was only 22,000 kilometers away, about 17 times closer than today. It occupied almost the entire sky and was visible from any point on the Earth's surface. It also rotated much faster, completing a turn around itself in only 2.5 hours. It was an impressive spectacle that dominated the scenery. The moon also had a huge influence on Earth. It was responsible for the tides, which were much stronger and more frequent than today. The tides were so powerful that they dragged the oceans and the Earth's crust, causing earthquakes and volcanoes. The moon also stabilized the Earth's axis, which was much more tilted and unstable than today. The moon also affected the cycle of days and nights, which were much shorter and more variable than today. The moon also influenced the evolution of life, which began to emerge in the oceans and adapted to the extreme conditions of the planet. Since then, the moon and the Earth are in a gravitational dance that affects the shape and speed of both. The moon pulls the Earth's oceans, creating the tides, and the Earth pulls the moon, accelerating it in its orbit. This acceleration makes the moon gain energy, and this energy comes from the Earth's rotation, which decreases. Thus the moon moves away, and the days on Earth get longer. This process is slow but constant, and has been happening for billions of years. Every century that passes, the moon moves away about 3.8 meters from Earth, and the days on Earth get about 0.1002 seconds longer. This means that throughout human history, the moon has moved away about 15 kilometers from Earth, and the days on Earth have become about 0.08 seconds longer. This may seem little, but it is enough to cause significant changes in the climate, the seasons, the biodiversity, and the human culture. But how far will this go? Will the moon ever escape from Earth or crash into it? Will the Earth stop spinning or lose its balance? Will life survive without the moon? Scientists estimate that in 50 billion years, the moon will reach a maximum distance from Earth of about 560,000 kilometers. Today it is 384,000 kilometers. At that point, the moon will take 47 days to go around the Earth, and the Earth will take 47 days to spin around itself. That is, the moon and the Earth will be synchronized, showing always the same face to each other. This means that for those who are on Earth, the moon will seem to be still in the sky and will only be visible in one hemisphere. The tides will be much smaller, and the climate will change drastically. The Earth will also be more vulnerable to external disturbances, such as asteroids and comets, that can alter its axis and cause cataclysms. But do not worry. Before that happens, the sun will become a red giant and swallow the Earth and the moon in 5 billion years. So enjoy the moon while it is there and admire its beauty and its mystery. It is our cosmic companion and our silent witness. It is our light in the darkness. Here are some funny or curious facts about the moon that you may not know. The moon is the 5th largest moon in the solar system, and the only one that humans have visited. The first human to walk on the moon was Neil Armstrong on July 20th, 1969. He said the famous words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." He also left a footprint on the moon, which is still there, because there is no wind or water to erase it. The moon has no atmosphere, which means that there is no sound or weather on the moon. The temperature on the moon can vary from 173 degrees C to 127 degrees C, depending on the side and the time of the day. The moon also has no magnetic field, which means that there is no protection from the solar radiation and the cosmic rays. The moon is a very harsh and silent place, where only the stars and the earth can be seen in the sky. The moon has a dark side, which is not the same as the far side. The dark side of the moon is the side that is not illuminated by the sun at any given time. The far side of the moon is the side that is always facing away from the earth and never visible from here. The far side of the moon was first seen by humans in 1959, when the Soviet spacecraft Lunar 3 took pictures of it. The far side of the moon has more craters and less Maria, dark plains, than the near side, and it also has a mysterious mass anomaly called the Lunar South Pole Aitken Basin, which is the largest and deepest impact crater in the solar system. The moon has a very weak gravity, which is only 16.5% of the Earth's gravity. This means that on the moon you would weigh much less, and you could jump much higher. For example, if you weigh 70 kg on Earth, you would weigh only 11.6 kg on the moon, and you could jump about 6 times higher. You could also throw objects much farther and lift heavier things. However, you would also have less muscle and bone strength, and you would need a spacesuit to breathe and survive. The moon has some interesting effects on the Earth and its inhabitants. The most obvious one is the tides, which are caused by the gravitational pull of the moon and the sun on the Earth's oceans. The tides are not only important for the marine life, but also for the human activities such as fishing, surfing, sailing, and even power generation. The moon also affects the Earth's rotation, which is slowing down because of the tidal friction. The moon also affects the Earth's axis, which is stabilized by the moon's presence. Without the moon, the Earth would wobble more, and the seasons would be more unpredictable. The moon also affects the human behavior, mood, and health, according to some studies and beliefs. Some people claim that the moon can influence the menstrual cycle, the fertility, the sleep quality, the mental state, and even the crime rate. However, there is no scientific evidence to support these claims, and they are mostly based on anecdotes, myths, and superstitions. And if you liked this video, please leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.